From Barcelona to Bayern Munich and now Manchester City, Pep Guardiola has left an indelible mark on the football world. But his greatest legacy, a revolutionary approach to tactics, is known as Tiki-Taka. Today, we'll explore how this system transformed the game and whether it still dominates the modern era. Tiki-Taka didn't originate with Guardiola, but he elevated it to unprecedented heights. Rooted in the Dutch concept of total football, popularized by Johan Cruyff during his time at Barcelona, Tiki-Taka emphasizes short passing, positional play, and control of the ball. Its essence? Patience. It's not about individual brilliance, but collective movement and precision. Tiki-Taka relies on intricate triangles formed all over the pitch. Every player is always 2 or 3 steps ahead, constantly moving, thinking, and passing in a fluid and harmonious manner. It's not just passing for passing's sake. It's about waiting for the right moment to penetrate and break down the opposition's defense. Midfield maestros like Xavi and Iniesta were central to this philosophy. Their unmatched vision and technical ability allowed them to execute quick, one-touch passes while always remaining aware of their surroundings. And behind them was Sergio Busquets, the unsung hero, offering defensive stability and recycling possession effortlessly. When Pep Guardiola took charge of Barcelona in 2008, the club was coming off a disappointing season. Pep, however, had a clear vision, one rooted in Cruyff's philosophy, but adapted for modern football. He believed that by keeping possession, his team could not only control the game, but also dictate its tempo, forcing opponents to play on their terms. Guardiola quickly imposed his philosophy, and Barcelona became synonymous with ball control. Under his guidance, the team regularly maintained upwards of 65% possession in matches. But it wasn't just about keeping the ball. Guardiola's twist on Tiki-Taka emphasized positional play. Each player had to understand their role within a fluid system, always maintaining balance, both offensively and defensively. A pivotal moment in Tiki-Taka's evolution was Guardiola's decision to deploy Lionel Messi as a false nine. Instead of staying up front as a traditional striker, Messi would drop into midfield, creating overloads and confusing defenders. This not only gave Messi space to exploit, but also freed up wide players like Pedro and David Villa to make diagonal runs behind the defense. This innovative use of Messi as a false nine was devastating. It allowed Barcelona to overwhelm teams in the middle of the park, leaving defenders unsure whether to follow Messi into midfield or hold their positions. This confusion created opportunities for fluid attacking play and led to some of the most memorable team goals in football history. The world soon took notice of Barcelona's dominance. In 2009, Barcelona completed an unprecedented treble under Guardiola, winning La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the UEFA Champions League. Their tiki-taka style suffocated teams across Europe. But the 2011 Champions League final cemented Guardiola's Barcelona as one of the greatest teams of all time. Against a powerful Manchester United side, Barcelona dominated with over 600 passes compared to United's 300. Their movement off the ball and relentless pressing when out of possession left United helpless. Xavi and Iniesta controlled the midfield, while Messi roamed freely, delivering a masterclass in attacking football. Even United's legendary manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, admitted that his team was outplayed. Barcelona's 3-1 victory was a testament to the effectiveness of Tiki-Taka, not just as a style of play, but as a philosophy of football. Barcelona's success didn't exist in a vacuum. The Spanish national team adopted Tiki-Taka during this era and won back-to-back tournaments, the 2010 World Cup and the 2012 European Championship. Players like Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets formed the backbone of Spain's midfield, executing the same passing and positional strategies that had made Barcelona so dominant. After his success at Barcelona, Guardiola moved to Bayern Munich in 2013, where he faced a new challenge, integrating his philosophy into a team that was already one of the best in Europe. Bayern had just won the treble under Jupp Heynckes, but Pep was determined to introduce elements of Tiki-Taka. At Bayern, Guardiola adapted Tiki-Taka to fit the physicality and speed of the Bundesliga. His Bayern side still emphasized possession, but with quicker transitions and more verticality. The German team, known for their physical prowess, was now adding a layer of tactical sophistication, blending Guardiola's philosophy with their own traditions. Under Pep, Bayern Munich won 3 consecutive Bundesliga titles and several domestic cups, but European success eluded them. While Bayern often dominated matches, Pep's adherence to his principles was sometimes criticized for being too rigid, particularly in high-stakes Champions League knockouts. In 2016, Guardiola took his next step in the Premier League with Manchester City. The English game was different, faster, more physical, and more chaotic. Pep quickly realized that Tiki-Taka, in its purest form, needed adjustments. City struggled in his first season, but Guardiola adapted. He introduced more directness in the attack, quicker pressing after losing possession, and rotated his players to keep the intensity high throughout the season. By the 2017-18 season, Manchester City had fully embraced Guardiola's philosophy, but with a twist. They played beautiful football, dominating possession and creating countless chances, but they also pressed aggressively when out of possession, suffocating opponents before they could break. City's 100-point season was a testament to Guardiola's ability to evolve. His version of Tiki-Taka now included high pressing, quick transitions, and an emphasis on versatility. Players like Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling, and Bernardo Silva flourished in this system, and City became one of the most feared teams in Europe. But as with any tactical revolution, Tiki-Taka faced criticism. After Guardiola left Barcelona, the team struggled to maintain their dominance, as opponents began to figure out how to counteract their relentless possession. Teams like Bayern Munich under Heynckes and Real Madrid under Zidane adopted high-pressing and fast counterattacks to exploit the gaps left by teams who overcommitted to possession. High-intensity pressing and rapid counterattacking became the antidote to Tiki-Taka. Teams that could press as a unit in transition quickly exposed the vulnerabilities of possession-based football, especially if it lacked a cutting edge in the final third. Guardiola, however, is not a man who rests on his laurels. He recognized that pure tiki-taka had its limitations, especially in leagues like the Premier League, where the pace and physicality are intense. At Manchester City, Pep has added layers to his tactics. His team still dominates possession, but they do so with more purpose and speed. They press high, but they also drop deep when needed, adapting to the ebb and flow of modern football. In many ways, Guardiola has moved beyond tiki-taka. His Manchester City teams represent the next stage of tactical evolution, one that blends possession, pressing, and adaptability. The lesson? Football is constantly evolving, and so must its greatest minds. Pep Guardiola's tiki-taka may have started as a radical approach to football, but it has since become a part of the sport's DNA. His emphasis on control, movement, and fluidity reshaped how teams approach the game, and his legacy will endure, not just in the trophies he's won, but in the way football is played around the world. In the end, Pep's greatest contribution to football isn't just the titles. It's the philosophy that with the right vision, football can be more than just a game. It can be art. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Guardiola's tactical revolution, make sure to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more in-depth football content.